Hello everyone, and welcome to 7 Clever Tactics to Save You Time and Frustration on your computer. My name is Rebecca Metz, and I will be your guide today. Our goal at Modern Inconveniences is to teach you fast and simple techniques that you can use to get the most out of your computer without getting bogged down. Too often, small business owners like yourself end up spending way too much time messing around with the computer, not only taking the long way around the task, but also trying to figure out how to complete the task to begin with. This is precious and valuable time that you should be spending with your clients. Helping you help others is my personal passion, and I am so glad that you are here today because I am going to show you some quick and simple ways to save you time, save you some money, and get you away and off of your computer helping your clients. You know that you are a smart individual and that you are very good at what you do. However, sometimes all of the programs and the tools that are meant to save you time end up being such a source of frustration. You can't seem to get out from under it. It can be such a catch-22. We've become so dependent on these devices and tools, yet sometimes they can be so infuriating. You think you have a handle on it, and then something that should have taken 5 minutes ends up taking you much longer. And before you know it, your whole day is gone. Okay, so who am I and how can I help you? Well, I began my career as a corporate trainer working in the technology division of many corporations. What I did was I worked with the employees to teach them the corporate mandated technology. Now, sometimes this was new technology, sometimes this was updated technology, but either way, it was always required for the employee to keep their job. So you can imagine how stressed out that they may be. It was very important to me that the employees were able to use the tools and be able to feel good about using them before they left. So it started as a very overwhelming and frustrating situation for many of the employees, turned to a rather enjoyable experience, and they all left feeling very, very comfortable. And that's what I want for you. My goal has always been to be patient and articulate, to create an enjoyable learning experience so everybody wins. We wanted the employees to be able to use the tools. I want you to be able to use your tools. I want you to feel good about it and feel confident. That is my ultimate goal today. So that's why we created this class. So why did I leave my job? Well, the love of my life, that little guy, was born, and I wanted to take my tools and my experiences out to small business owners like you. So I created Modern Inconveniences with the goal of helping people who are struggling to make sense of how to use the technology to run their business. It's those times when you look at it and you go, oh, I don't even know where to begin. We offered a lot of classes, both live classes as well as webinars like this one. If you feel like these people, you are not alone. I have worked with many people just like you who know that there has just got to be an easier way. And as the tagline says, I'm here to turn your tech frustration into jubilation. So, in today's session, 7 Clever Tactics to Save You Time and Frustration on your computer, we will cover 2 tactics that will save you time with Microsoft Outlook. A lot of us use Outlook, however, know that we're not using it to its fullest. So the 2 tactics that I'm going to show you today are going to be well worth your time, and so you'll save a lot of time with that. In addition, we're going to take a look at Microsoft Word. Many of us use Microsoft Word, but don't know all that there is to do it. I hear this all the time from my clients where they say, I'm just not sure. I know that I'm not getting the most out of it. I know that there's a lot that I could be doing and make it a lot easier. So today we're going to show you some of that. And then we're going to look at 2 tactics to save you time with Microsoft Excel. Microsoft Excel for some can be a little scary, but it doesn't have to be. It can be a very useful and helpful tool, and I'm here to show you how it can be done. So these 7 tactics together will save you loads of time. Now I'm also going to include step-by-step instructions for you to download. That way you will have all the steps that you need. You'll have the video that we're going to do, and you'll also have the steps to take. Now, for many of you, that will be all the information that you need to save a ton of time, and for some of you, you may need more. So I promise that before we end today, I will be sure to share with you how you can get your hands on an amazing tool that will help keep your sanity, save you tons of time and money. All right, well, let's get started. Many of us use Microsoft Outlook to handle our email messages, calendar, and contacts. Microsoft Outlook is actually quite a robust program, and many of us feel that we are not using it to its fullest potential. I am going to show you 2 underused features of this program that will save you a ton of time: drag and drop and transferring contacts. So the first one here is we're going to be dragging messages to calendar, contacts, and tasks. This particular one, we see that we're going to have a lunch appointment. And it's all the information in the message as, hey, we're going to meet on Tuesday at 11:30. We might also have a location. Now, this came from my friend Adam. So we're going to go ahead and take this message and we're going to push down the left button on our mouse and drag it over to calendar. And what will happen is it'll create a calendar appointment. So we'll put the date and the time of the appointment, and we have the information about the appointment right there. You can also add attachments if you need to, if you want to make sure you have something at the appointment. You can put in any additional notes that you need. Go ahead and hit the save button, and the message is still in the box, but now it's in your calendar. Now this is a contact that we want to hold on to, so we are dragging it to the contacts, and we have the name didn't actually show up, so we're going to go ahead and copy his name from the message, and we'll put in his company name, and we'll put in any other information that we need. We put his email address and his website and his phone number, and hit save. Now you can also, once again, put in additional information, for example, assistant information or birthdays. You can also make attachments. So drag and drop. Now you can also move them into separate folders, and if you move them within folders, they'll leave your inbox, but they'll stay in your messages if you're dragging them to calendar, contacts, tasks, or notes. Now the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to take a look at transferring contact information. Now this is helpful if you're going to take your Outlook information, all of your contacts in Outlook, and you're going to transfer them into something like Constant Contact or Aweber or any kind of e-newsletter or autoresponder program where you're going to send out mass emails. You can also upload contact information to social media outlets like LinkedIn and Facebook. So we're going to go to File, Import and Export, Export to a File, and Next. Use the comma-separated values, make sure Contacts is selected, and then show where it is that you want it to go, or how you want it to save. And finish. And then what you'll have is a beautiful, what we call CSV file, comma-separated values. And you can take that file and upload it anywhere else you need. I remember the shock that my colleagues had when I first introduced them to this. They didn't realize how much time they were wasting with manual entry of information. They also didn't have the confidence to transfer contact information from one system to another, and ended up paying a lot of money for someone else to do it for them. So I'm very happy to say that my clients are now confidently using both of these tactics. I was so excited when my client Maureen, a professional organizer, say how confident she felt. I remember when I first met her and she was so frustrated with using her computer. She felt very overwhelmed and very frustrated. So after showing some of these tools to her, she used it more confidently and she was able to get the job done without a lot of fuss and muss. Now, because most of my clients always say to me, Rebecca, I need to have this written down. I need something like this to follow in the future. Don't worry, I have you covered. When this webinar is over, please use the links to give you access to the step-by-step instructions on the content that we covered. This information is just too valuable to show you once, and it's really important to me that you are able to carry out these tasks after our time together today. So if you're ready to move on, we'll cover 3 clever tactics to get more out of Microsoft Word. Most of us use Microsoft Word every day for just about everything, yet this is another tool that ends up being one of those underutilized programs. I know that what I'm about to show you will save you a ton of time. We're going to look at Control plus Enter, templates, and the Format Painter. So if you've ever had to put something on the next page, you might have hit Enter a number of times. We'll keep hitting Enter. And then we'll type what it is that we wanted to type on the next page. And then we think, oh, I have to put something else up on the on that other page. And so we scroll back up and we type in our other information. But then we have to go back to the next page and then hit the delete button a couple times to bring it up. Oh, and then it goes up too high, and then we have to hit Enter. Well, this little trick is going to save you a ton of time, so let's take a look at it. So what you're going to do is you're going to hit the Control, the CTRL button on the lower left-hand portion of your keyboard, and then at the same time hit the Enter button, and look, it jumps to another page. And this is great. What it did was it created a section break. Now, if you go back and you need to type some more on that page, that's not a problem, because when we scroll down, look, it didn't move at all. No issues. So what we did was we created a section break, and it allowed us to keep things stationary. So the next one that we're going to look at is the Format Painter. Before we get into templates, we'll look at the Format Painter. So let's say we have, we put some formatting, we change it blue, we make it bold, we make it bigger, we italicize, change the font, whatever it is that we wanted to do. And now we're like, yeah, I really like that, and I want to do that same thing below, and we have to remember, okay, I think it was bold, I think I made it blue. I can't remember what size it was. We go back and forth a couple of times. Well, what you can do is just highlight whatever formatting you like and hit that paintbrush, Format Painter, and then you'll see a little paintbrush comes up, and then you click on it, and ta-da! It copies only the formatting. So if you don't know what it is, see, there you go. We have copy and paint. Now, if you highlight it and you copy once, you get one paint. If you double click on Format Painter, as we just see, you will get multiple paints, and you just have to be sure to turn it off. And if you need to use a little undo button, it's right there. All right, well, now we're going to go ahead and move on to templates. And templates are a very underutilized tool. We'll take a look at when you go to File, New, and you go to a new, you have the choice of going to a blank document, or you can use the templates. Now, there's a number of templates that are installed right on your computer. They come when you purchase your computer, you purchase Microsoft Office. And you just choose which one you want, you click Create, and it comes in. All you have to do is click in the different areas and type in what it is that you want to type in. And then you can also, some of them have some images and some photos, and you can change out the photos if you need to. Change out the content, change out the photos. Now, in addition to those that are on your computer, you can also go to Microsoft Office Online and find tons more. They have something for everything. So today what we'll do is we'll make a little phone book. They keep adding new ones every day too. So you can use this for home, you can use this for work. And what's really neat is when you get really fancy with it, you can actually create your own templates. Like you can take a template that's already been created, customize it with your branding, and then you can use that over and over again instead of recreating things from scratch. So here we have, we'll try it, we'll do some other ones here. Certificates, contracts, envelopes, you name it, you can make it. Most likely, a lot of people put these up there, they make them available for people to use. It's terrific. All right. I love those. Just prior to starting my company, I was like most people on the computer. I was self-taught and I had no idea I could do some of these things. And then after I learned some of these tactics, I was like, wow, that would have saved me a ton of time. I wish that I would have known that. So I made it my mission to pull all these little helpful tools together to save my clients the time, and I'm always picking up new ways to save time and money. Another client of mine, Anne, who is a massage therapist, always shakes her head after we have a session together when she realized how much time she'd been wasting. What is really awesome is that I got a text from her the other day saying how she was actually able to go and do it herself and do some of these things that we've been teaching her. So I'm always happy about that. So just a reminder for those of you who need the step-by-step instructions, you will have access to those. I want you to be able to walk away from this knowing that you have all the resources you need to do this yourself. It's really important to me that people are self-sufficient. Here we are at the last 2 clever tactics to save you time and money. We are going to look at Microsoft Excel. So for those of you who enter information and would like that information to look nice when you're completed, these 2 are going to be really handy. So we're going to look at the data form and we're going to look at auto format. I absolutely love showing these people this. Okay, so we have our table. We have our table already created, and there's a lot of information. It can be difficult. So we're going to click that little button in the upper left-hand corner there. That's called the form button. Now what this does, it makes a nice little table. And if we need to look for somebody, we'll hit the criteria and we'll put in whatever criteria we want. It could be, these are based on the headers in this particular table. And once we hit find next, it'll bring it up. Or we can go to new and we can add the information directly on here and watch what's going to happen. We'll put our date. We'll put in our first name. Now these on the left, those are the headers that were created from this table. This was not specially programmed or anything. It was just, it's automatic. It's an automatic tool. And we'll put in the ticker and hit new, and look, it added it at the bottom. So sometimes it's really hard to add information in the file. So how do you get this little form? If you don't have it on your toolbar, you can go to the orb, Microsoft Orb in the upper left-hand corner, go to Excel Options, go to Customize, and right now it says Popular Commands. We're going to actually hit the drop-down menu here and hit All Commands. And then when we click on All Commands, we'll search for Form. That is called Form. And once we find it, we can click it and hit the Add button. We're going to add it to our Quick Access toolbar. And there it is. There's mine. I have it up there already, but if you don't, you can hit Add and then hit the OK button. And then it shows up in your Quick Access toolbar. Easy peasy. Yeah, and you'll see the headers right there, and that was what was added to the form tool. Now let's take a look at format. Auto format. Have you ever wondered how people get those nice shaded, there you go, nice shaded tables? Make sure your cursor is inside the table. Click that My Table Has Headers, because we have them. We'll hit OK. And look, we've got a nice form. That's a little dark for me, so I'm going to go ahead and change it up and make it a little bit lighter. There we go. So it all looks real professional and nice. I absolutely love showing people how Excel can be so accessible to them. Some people feel so intimidated by it, but it can be a really useful tool, and it does not at all have to feel scary. Another client of mine is the director for a women's networking group, and she often feels like some of the stuff just goes right over her head, and she felt really overwhelmed with it. And it really made me smile when she wrote this, so I wanted to share that with you. You know, it's about people feeling comfortable. It's about people feeling confident. That is my goal. I love it when people are able to walk away feeling that way. So what if I told you that there was a handy tool that you could use that would cover more of this great information in a step-by-step, easy-to-follow format? Something that not only helped you get more out of Outlook, Word, and Excel, but also covered how to get and use free photo editing software, how to use the many fantastic tools of Google, and that got you started with social media. And what if I told you that this tool was a hard copy book that could sit on your desk or be carried easily in your bag, and you could keep it with you and it didn't require you searching for anything on the computer? Well, this wonderful tool exists, and I'm so excited to tell you more about it. I've created a book with you in mind called The Tech Recipe Guide. It is like a cookbook for technology. In the Tech Recipe Guide, there are 24 recipe cards in this handy binder. On one side, it explains more about the tool and the business application. And then on the other side, you will get the step-by-step instructions on how to utilize. So with this guide, you will be able to turn your photos into a video that will inspire, build your company's brand awareness with your email signature and Facebook, automate social media to keep it simple, measure your website's performance, automate your schedule, save time with making mailing labels, and so much more. Here's what Kathleen Watson had to say about the Tech Guide. In a perfect world, I'd have my very own on-call technology experts standing by to hold my hand whenever necessary. I'm so grateful that I've come very close to perfection, courtesy of Rebecca's Tech Guide. The individual cards are printed with an easy-to-understand step-by-step instructions for many of the most common technology-assisted tasks I'm likely to face. I call them my recipe cards for success, since even I, who have an armed truce with technology at the best of times, can get the job done when I use these cards. It is such a relief not to wonder if my head's going to explode when I have a new tech task facing me, because I know my new best friend, the Tech Guide, will be there to save the day. Life is good. I was so glad that Kathleen had to say that. Hearing this just made my heart sing. So if you've ever said to yourself, I get started on a project, but my efforts get blocked because I don't know how to complete the task, there's just so much to keep up with, I don't even know what I don't know. And I wish I knew how to avoid doing things the long way, but it's the only way I know how. Please know that you are not alone. I work with people like you every day. That is why I created this book. I didn't want people like you to get stuck in projects and feel overwhelmed. I wanted people like you to feel confident and smart when it came to technology. And most of all, I wanted you spending less time on your computer and more time out there serving your clients. Now this book values at $89, but you get to have this book and some amazing bonuses for only $57. So when you order yours, this beautiful book will be shipped to your home or office. You'll get 24 beautiful tech recipe cards that illustrate technology tools and how they can be used for small business owners. You will get each card that describes the applications, offers helpful hints, and gives you step-by-step instructions that will take the stress out of learning these helpful tools. You will also get a beautiful hard copy 3-ring binder to hold your tech recipe cards that sit nicely on your desk or can be carried with you wherever you go. Now, in addition to the binder, you'll also get the following bonus items. Of course, you'll get the Tech Guide video set on a DVD that you can play on your computer that will show you each topic on the tech card in action. So you see the tool in action so you know what you can expect before jumping in. You also will get the Small Business Owners Resource Directory. It's a very easy to search, categorized listing of helpful businesses that have the tools to make your job easier, and over $750 in discounts available to small business owners to save you even more money. Notes, a notes section added directly to your binder for those handy technology notes. You never lose important information or how-to steps you learn along the way. All of this is available to you for only $57. So think of how much time you have wasted trying to figure out how to do these things on your own. For most of you, if this saved you at least an hour of time, it would have more than paid for itself. What Chris Jameson had to say from Resourceful Yours is that the Tech Guide is such a useful tool. Now more than ever, it is important to find information quickly, and it even makes a great client gift. Now, if you don't like this book for any reason, just return the book within 30 days and you will get a full refund. No questions asked. I always offer that rock solid guarantee. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you found these 7 clever tactics helpful and that they will save you a lot of time and frustration. Be sure to get your own copy of the Tech Recipe Guide and all the fantastic bonuses by clicking on the button below. My name is Rebecca Metz of Modern Inconveniences, where we turn tech frustration into jubilation.